Okay, I just wanted to change where I was talking to you all at. Let's see. Now I can have a little bit of, maybe I'll catch the iguanas coming down. So, anyway, grateful to Sheikh Sufi. Well, in case you want a warm massage, you can warm these rocks up and put them on your back. But, oh, here's another, the lapis lazuli for the third eye. And then amethyst for Aquarius. My love is Aquarius. So anyway, I want to do some of this dragon stuff while I'm talking to y'all. So, Sheikh Sufi told me about doing the dragon's blood. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's dragon's blood. I just want to smell it while I'm talking. So Sheikh Sufi told me about, when I told him that I had a heart attack, and he's like, that was a reset. He just said it just like that. And let me close this down. So I smoked up the house yesterday, so try to. At least I have so much of the house smoked up. So in love comes on. He said it was a reset, and the day before, the same thing happened from my feet all the way down through my body. And when I was running, and I actually ran so fast, and electrical shocks, they felt like actually orgasms going through from my feet all the way through my whole body. And like a total orgasm from my toes all the way up through my whole body. I was like, wow, what was that? And so Spirit had spoke to me and said, that's a reset. And then that next day, that same day, my heart reset. I had a heart attack. And so it was funny that, it wasn't funny, but, my spirit guides held me in to keep me from jumping and transitioning. So, transmuting. So now I guess it's coming to me now when it's transmutation, and just how that card looks is like, now I know who I am, like who I really am. And it was funny because I had some experiences, it was such a struggle for me to go on my trip. I didn't want to go. I was struggling. I just had a heart attack. I started feeling afraid. Maybe I shouldn't run. Maybe I was, maybe this hokey pokey, jokey jokey, spiritual stuff. Maybe everyone is right. And then I was like, well, fuck. Oops. They're not right. I hope that video doesn't get pulled. Excuse me for saying the F-bomb. They're not right. I know they're not right. They're not right. So it was just like, okay, it was just time for me to face myself, because I'm not afraid to die or anything like that. I've died several times, although it can't be proven, by the physical world of them. I know what's happened to myself. And then also I had, someone explain to me about jumping. With the jumping. So there's no fear there. There's nothing to be afraid of. So I understand all that. And so what I'm saying, long wind and everything, what I'm saying is the most incredible thing happened is through the ketamine, through all the people who poured into my life, Mama Bear, Baba, Mandroop Jen from the Kadapa Center in Atlanta, all the tribes, so many people, the Alabama tribe, Sheikh Sufi and his family, Sadiq and his family. Oh, I love his wife so much. I mean, Sadiq's wife is the most beautiful. I mean, I did my first weekend retreat at her house, and the way that she just watched over me, I've never had that kind of, two other people have shown me that kind of energy, so it was beautiful to have that kind of energy from his wife. So it's a beautiful person. So all these people have poured into my life. And then the other people, what I'm saying? It's like Sister Myra, she said, which I already knew, because this is the reason why one of my friends and I weren't friends for 4 years, and she wound up introducing me to, yeah. And we hadn't spoken for 4 years, and so it's because of that, where I was telling her, I was still new to all this stuff. I really didn't understand. Sister Myra said the same thing happens to her. Mama Universe will come through so strong with somebody that she's talking to, and you just bam, let them have it, and then it's too much, and it hurts them, it wounds them. And of course, when we got back together, not of course, but when we got back together at our nephew's graduation in 2018, she said she understood, she got it, and that's because she sat with, she knew my love first, and they had talked a long time, and as he was talking, his energy got to her like his energy got to me, and it showed her herself. It showed her what I had been trying to tell her back in 2009 that she got upset with me about, and we hadn't spoken and fell out and everything. It was after 2009 because I was in school, I think, so it was 2012. Yeah. And so anyway, these dates and times don't matter. The story matters. The spiritual part of it matters. And so basically, we created ourselves, and we agreed to be on this journey. So it's like, what are you mad at? Yeah. And so I was struggling to enter into that space of going that next step, after the ketamine, after understanding codependency, and then the ketamine and moving here and everything that went on, and then, leaving and having a heart attack. And I just, it's just too much. It's just too much. And so, I went ahead and went, and I didn't even go for myself. I went because I felt like I needed to separate myself from my life partner. He has been in the nursery since September in the neonatal unit, the NIC unit, and he would never leave me. So I had to leave him. Just out the nursery. Everybody knows I'm not going anywhere. I'm definitely, look, I just did a whole ceremony for our wife to come. I'm definitely not going nowhere. Look, come on through. Wait a minute. Let me put him in here too. Come. Ooh, you know what? Look at this. I didn't realize this. This is yes? That's so funny. That's the amnestis, the rough amnestis, and his thing is amnestis. That's the one I have for him. And so look, let's put them together. And wait a minute. I'm just being still. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, her energy is so beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing her with the two of us. So, yes, beautiful. I can already feel it. Oh, tore it up. Okay, being too rough with stuff. Tomboy, ever the tomboy. Well, I call myself a tomgirl. However, I've learned that my gay loves, who I love, the gay men, women, LBG, T, Q, queer, wondering, all of them. Ooh, I love them. They love me. However, they've taken a break from me, because before, when I was in DC, oh my goodness, so many of the gay guys were like, ooh, if I weren't gay, girl. And my favorite place was the gay club. And of course, the women who are more masculine love me. However, like I tell them, I'm going after women like you're going after women. So you can't come after me because I'm the dude. I'm not the dude, I'm the tom girl. So tom girl is, doing my sports, running, basketball, outdoors, all that, and looking like this. And then I gussy up real good. So we're both lipstick femme lesbians when we gussy up. And then when we're out and about doing our thing and working out and running and stuff like that, then we're this tom girl. So anyway, so I'm definitely not going anywhere. So that's what I meant. So just go away for those almost 2 weeks, and just go ahead and let spiritually happen what's going to happen. I was just afraid to do it, because it included a run. And, I didn't let anybody know that during my run, as soon as I started, I thought I was going to die my first few steps. I mean, I started running. My heart almost fell out of my chest. I feel like it was an anxiety attack, but I don't know. And I couldn't run anymore, nothing. And so, I was talking to Spirit about it, and Spirit helped me get through. So I wound up, missing my race time completely, which didn't matter because I was just glad to finish and be done. That had never happened to me before. It was crazy. It was really crazy. And actually, when I ran last Saturday, the same thing happened again. And I talked to Spirit about it, and, I hear that thing. So anyway, the long and short of it, from what I understand, is now that I understand my gifts and who I really am, now I understand why the door was closed for me to run or do anything like in that world. I don't know. I got asked to come to New York to so an agency can look at me. I was modeling in Jacksonville, and I wound up not going. So all these near misses. And now that Spirit has told me who I am, show me. It's kind of like not Spirit telling me, because that doesn't work. Because someone can tell you, and you're going to be lost if someone tells you. And if you believe what someone tells you, you're going to be really lost. Because when that shit hits the fan, your ass is going to be gone. So it was the transmutation took place. So even though I appear like this on the outside, I don't appear like this to anyone who's supposed to see me. I don't look like this anymore. So, and so, I got the training wheels on, and I'm, understanding my new self and stuff like that, and whatever, and everything that happened in the ketamine experience is coming together. And like I said, I'm not talking about this stuff in detail. It doesn't belong out here to the world yet. However, I was laughing because some things were on Netflix and Prime that come up, because your phones and your different things that pick up what you say, and then the algorithm or the AI, the technology, just Google stuff on what you say, because your phone, you agreed for your phone to be a microphone and all that stuff like that. So that's why it hears you. It's no kind of hokey stuff. It's some programmer who's gotten behind there. They programmed it, and you agreed to it because you want to use the app, or you want to use this or that, and so you agree to that. And so anyway, so it was pulling up the UFO stuff and different things. I do want to go see the Jason tree, although I've seen UFOs and I've seen so many stuff I don't mean anything. And now it makes sense, of course, because now that B is here, everything makes sense. And so that's why I think that everyone's journey is so personal, because I'm not going to talk about mine. If the world doesn't open up that I can talk about it, then I'll talk about it in the retreats. I'll talk about it in the special classes that I do. I'll talk about it, in Patreon, stuff like that. However, everyone just needs to have their own experience. That's so important, because what I know about myself, if someone would have told me that, I would have just backed slowly out the room and got the F away from them and changed my number and everything else, because your ass is crazy and you're not going to kill me in my sleep. Your crazy self ain't going to kill me in my sleep. So that's why it's like you have to have your own stuff. And I'm glad, that I got my degree in psychology and worked as, in a drug and alcohol treatment center. I'm glad all those things because they prepared me for this, understanding myself, understanding people, different things like that. Now, I'm heavy on mental health diagnosis. Put your ass in the hospital, get on your meds, don't come out, get a social worker if you are let out the hospital, keep you on your meds, go to your point, do all that, because all of this spiritual stuff can be done with that. It's not one or the other. It's not. If you have what it takes to heal yourself from mental illness, which is just absence from yourself and all the confusion and static, then go in the mountains, go by yourself somewhere and live by yourself for years, decades. Don't live around other people, because the thing of it is that until you're strong enough, shit is gonna happen, and then when you come out of it, where are you gonna be at, and where are the people who you did something to gonna be at? So no. We're not exchanging one for the other. If you're really healed, it'll show through. You'll be willing to heal. You can take medicine and it not even work. However, you're still taking the medicine, working the program, whatever. And you can even be in there, and I hate the 12 steps. I hate all of that stuff, but you need to do it. And it's not hitting you the same way. It's like you're doing the 12 steps, but it's over here in a cage, so it can't touch you. However, what you need from it, the discipline, the repetition, the meditation, getting in touch with yourself, doing all those things, that's what you need and get, and that's what's going to stick to you. So that as you heal and you no longer need that and different things like that, it'll all come together. So, yeah, I'm big on that. Not exchanging one for the other. Yeah. This gets me in so much trouble. However, I'll stay in trouble because we aren't doing that. I'm that with myself, that hypocrisy, which is included in my act. So yeah, I'm big on that. And Virgo. And, I like the way that Sister Myra explains the signs. You guys, if you're looking to understand yourself and understand your sign and different things like that, if you struggle, like I was saying that, that I'm a recovering Virgo, and I'm no longer that. I'm good with who I am. 100% good. And I'm so glad. I see why none of those things to put me in a certain places happen, because with what I know that I am now, it's like, oh shit. So yeah. So this is just a beautiful, wonderful thing. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I've been on here for about 40 minutes. It has not rained, and it's so wonderful because I'm still learning. Like I said, I got my training wheels on. I want to have my big girl things on, and so I have a ring that I wear now to bed, so that and I didn't want to wear it. I had stopped wearing it a couple of times. I had some really good astral travel things happen. However, Spirit's like, put your ring back on while love is out of town. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And they're like, put it on. Because what makes me jump and put it on is like when Spirit comes and says do something like that. Yeah, I was told, this is a few years back with one of my partners, I was told to put crystals under my pillows, and I didn't. The next freaking thing I knew, the wall was right here. When I went to bed, I'm laying this way, this way, in some kind of way. Of course, I was zapped into the other world, and I'm upside down in my bed, facing the wall with my legs crossed, like the lotus flower open, crisscross open. And these little teeny, I hate to call them demons because we're not supposed to call them names, but these little teeny beings that I hadn't seen before, shark teeth, green, whatever. I'm sure they're just manifesting themselves off some kind of cartoon. So that's not how they really look, but that's what they saw worked from the cartoon shit, so that's what worked. So anyway, they were holding me down. I could feel them holding me down. I couldn't get off. And right before that, I had tried to, my partner was laying in the bed and I had tried to help him. I went to go reach and help him. One of those beams jumped up out his back and it went like that on me. And I was like, oop. And then that's when I was flipped and looking that way and they were holding me down. And I had to I called for help, and Sufi and Mama Bear showed up levitating above my bed and everything was back as it was. So what's the moral of the story? When your spirit says do whatever spiritual before you go to bed, you might want to do it. So even though I'm, it was like, saying I'm tired of these training wheels, you all show me everything about myself, the only way that I'm going to do it is to be able to get in there and practice and have these experiences, and Spirit's like, no. So I put the ring on. It's a rainbow hematite ring. Do I have my hematite out here? Oh no, I have it on. Not this ring, but this is one of the rings. I used to have one of these. I don't know where it went, so I got another one at the store. But anyway, so I everything that I know now, I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. I'm really excited at what wise.royal on Instagram, Amina L, said about all the signs. So it was confirmation for me. Like I said, everything is only confirmation. Even when you come to me for a reading or anything, or I'm a life coach, certified life coach, all of that, degree in psychology, all of that. I don't need any of these things if you don't believe in it. If you're a Christian, I have a Christian background. I don't have a Bible, so bring your Bible. I don't have the Quran, so bring your Quran. I don't have the Torah, so bring your Torah. So bring your stuff with you, and I can use that. And you can be outside here or inside at a massage table, whatever. If you want to talk, if you just want us to do yoga together, I'm a personal trainer, and I can do group stuff, which is yoga is group. So beginner yoga, we just do a session together and talk while we're doing beginner yoga, different things like that. So whatever kind of way, or I have some beautiful paths out here around the lakes. We have several of them. We can walk and talk for privacy. Bring your bikes if you want to ride. If you want to run, we can run. I can turtle, slow, whatever. If you just want to sit outside with blankets on the tree or the beach, at beach chairs, we can sit at the beach and talk. So whatever kind of way you feel comfortable, all these things were so helpful to me, all of them, And even with the way that I did my crystals and lined them up for my chakra, it's for me, If you go look at some book, they may say, oh no, you can't use those for your chakras. I'm like, whatever, these feel good to me, I'm using them. I'm excited to use them. So I'm just putting them back. And so, yeah, I'm really excited because that's all I want to do is this right here, what I'm doing, and write spiritual sci-fi. So taking my experiences that I've had doing Reiki and doing the spiritual sci-fi. And then also the tantric stuff. I don't know if you all done tantric or kundalini. Not so much kundalini, you'll have to bring someone in for that unless Spirit's going to give me that too. I just think that's really serious because I've had the kundalini experience just boom happen. That's some stuff. So, yeah, I would need to bring a shaman in for that. And so, and then of course to have, once you've done certain points in your transition, we'll get a group together and take you to Mama Nzinga's in Belize, or she'll be here, or we'll be in Belize or Costa Rica, whatever. And then we'll have a little ceremony and do our waist beads and all that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to everything, and I'm so grateful that I went through everything. And like I was saying, it's just really tough when you realize that you're here because you chose to be here. Brother Yusuf was talking about this the other day. He's New Life Tools on Instagram. He was talking about the other day, you're here because this is what you wanted. So everything bad and horrible, horrific is because this is what you wanted. And it's hard to hear, even with me knowing everything and being shown everything about me and being myself. It's still hard, you know, when my back hurts from falling off that plane, you know. I mean, I'm so grateful I don't have that over me anymore about being a professional runner or my partner the other day said, that's crazy that you played ball, got awards in basketball, you don't even watch the Final Four or nothing. I'm like, you know, and so all that stuff is gone off of me, you know, and it's like, because I understand everything. I understand why, you know, how your energy is being used and how some people's energy can't be used, you know, and it's a moment of being in dark where I was in dark about who I was. And, you know, those other, my first Reiki master, Ra, in DC, you know, he was like talking to me one time when I didn't know about should I set the boot camp up again. So I used to have a fitness boot camp in DC, and he was like, if you only saw the people around you. And he was the one who's like, why are you like driving yourself like that to set up Got Boot Camp Atlanta? Is this what you're supposed to be doing? You know, did you check with your spirit to see? And I'm like, yeah, this is what I always do. He's like, but did you check? No, I didn't think I did. Check. And when I checked, boom, boom, all this happened. That was 2017. And I'm so grateful for him. He's like, if you could only see all the people around you. And so now, the rain is coming. So now with all the experiences and stuff that I've had, you know, from having a home where not only was it a spiritual home for 2 years where, you know, different spiritual groups stayed at the home and stuff like that, which I love. Shout out Sheikh Sufi. And then Brother Wale, who has the Dr. Detox. If you go on Instagram, he's Dr. Detox. You all just reach out to me if you want this information, whether I forget to put it in or not. Just go to Instagram at the letter N, SIDEFIRST, Inside First, and DM me is the best way. And I'll let you know who these people are, give you the information, because they're really great for me. And you'll find your own great people. However, until then, some of the things you can get from them. And so just all the experiences I've had from having a spiritual house, from having a house that was set right on a spiritual place where spirits were in and out, from having sprites in my house, from having Archangel Michael in my house. He had to come out and check somebody one time. He was huge. You know, from having different energy that I released, and the energy kept hanging around, and that's when I started understanding and really saying that nothing can attach itself to me. No human being, no emotions, feelings, spirits, whatever. Even the spirits that I release, because I release them, they come, they're like, hey, Storm, one back. Like, no, dude, everybody's on their own journey. You know, how do I know that I wasn't just some spiritual energy that someone released, and then I basically had to manifest myself into this physical form and start my own life? So basically, that's what I told my spirits when they came back. I was like, stop effing scaring me and bothering me and stuff. I'm no longer scared. Bother me, whatever. You go find your path. You're free now. Go find your path. I found mine. You found yours. It's not together. And stop coming back because you're irritating me. And I don't want to be irritated. So now I'm just in a total different place. I understand where spirits like, you know, my root chakra, you know, doing the ketamine thing, and I was being taught about myself, and it's like, you know, I guess I was taking it too lightly. It's like, no, be. This is no joke. Be. You know, like real serious, you know, like be. You know, like no joke. Be. And so from there, you know, I started getting it, and like I said, I wanted the training wheels off, because it's some spiritual stuff happening. It's like, come on, you know, because before, you know, people used to get on me, and that's why now I understand why I would laugh, because they had no idea and I had no idea. People used to always say I'm mean. I'm like, I'm not mean. If I was mean, if you have no idea what mean is, if I was mean, the stuff that's in my head and yeah, that's mean. None of that has ever happened to anyone. However, I still do understand, because I'm getting that lesson myself now, being in a relationship, yeah, you know, you still can hurt people and different things like that and still consider mean, even if it's not on the level that you think is mean or what you would ever do to someone. So anyway, you know, however, now that's another thing that, you know, I had to understand about myself. And it's just like when I was in Jacksonville, and that's what happened. It's like, okay, from this point on, No more warnings. Zippo. Come within my space or what's mine, try to do some dumb shit, or get somebody and work through someone I know or whatever to, attach or do whatever. Oh, look at that. Then, yeah, your ass is pretty much mine, and I'm going to enjoy it because I want to practice. So, if I get knocked down, Mike Tyson spirit wise, and I'm coming back up swinging, and I'm like, I don't have nothing to be afraid of because those two experiences that I had, I got zapped into those experiences without even knowing. I was just taken from here to there and brought back. And while I was there operating, I was operating. It's like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? It's like I knew what to do. It happened. It was no fear. And the things that I saw, yeah, we all should be running from the things that I saw. And I wasn't. I mean, that thing, that entity was this close to me. And it was huge. And I was just talking to the person I needed to talk to. Same way, the other one was this huge and this huge. And I never saw his front. But we were talking. And, I was like, okay, well, this line on this float, you're across it. And it was telling me it could be because the person had given it permission. I'm like, okay. However, you can't be here. So it had to move. And then something was governing over all of us because it was like, don't call him a monster. He's probably looking at you saying you're a monster. So, yeah, so stop all that. So until the world changes and we're okay to mention these stuff in more details and stuff like that. However, more and more people are having these experiences and stuff like that, and they're not going to be hidden anymore. And then once those experiences aren't hidden, guess what? Those we're having the experiences about no longer have to be hidden. I'm glad. I'm excited because I'm just like, hey, I may be scary looking to you. You may be scary looking to me. This isn't what I really look like, whatever. So I'm just starting with myself, It's like, why don't I look in the mirror? What am I afraid of? And it's like, so what? Whatever I look like, that's still me. So it's like, take the training wheels off. Let me be over and done with it, Spirit walk right by me. I don't have nothing to do with it. It looks like a monster or whatever, what I consider a monster, whatever. It's a spirit like I'm a spirit. I probably look like that myself. One quick thing, I remember I was having travel experience, and something was going on, and something really, was it my leg? Pulled on me, I think it was my leg, really hard and hurt. So I got mad, and I was back in this world. And so I'm like, I'm going back in. And then Ijiji, my 8th grandmother, who's my spirit guide, she's like, don't do that. Because I was going back in to fight. It's like, don't do that. And then once I laid down and calmed down, explained to me that, think about it. So I'm reaching up and something's reaching down. And we hit each other. You grab, I grab. You see that?